There was a season not too long ago where I sat in my chair and figured my useful years might be behind me. 77 years old, retired from the work I used to do, wondering if I had anything left to offer anybody. If you've ever felt like that, like the window closed and you missed it, I want to spend a few minutes with you today because I don't believe that's true. Not for me, and I don't think it's true for you either. I spent most of my life working with my hands, constructing, pouring concrete, moving houses, 13 years running a mowing business, 15 years keeping bees. I've got 60 hives now, which honestly might be more than a man my age ought to be managing, but I haven't figured out how to quit yet. Somewhere along the way, along with all that honest work, I tried my hand at making some money outside of it. 8 different times, over about 40 years. I got involved in something that promised it'd work out, and 8 times it didn't. Not because I didn't try, I tried plenty. It just never came together the way it was supposed to. By the time I got into my 70s, I figured that door was probably closed for good. That kind of thing was for younger men, men with more energy, more tech skill, more years ahead of them than behind. Last October, I was finishing up my beekeeping season, getting 60 hives ready for winter, when a friend sent me a link. I almost didn't even open it. I had 5 months of winter coming up, but not much to do, so I figured why not? I watched 9 hours of content that first sitting. 9 hours. At 77 years old, learning things about the internet, about building something online that I never had any business knowing at my age. Here's what surprised me. Nobody in that content was talking to a 25-year-old with a laptop and no responsibilities. They were talking to real people, people with families, people with limitations, people who didn't have all day to sit around learning a new skill, people like me. I want to tell you something I've come to believe pretty strongly since then. Being too old or too late is mostly a story we tell ourselves to avoid trying something that might not work. It feels safer to say the window's closed than to open the window and risk finding out it still opens just fine. I didn't have a 5-year plan when I started this. I still don't, really. What I had was one small step, a willingness to watch, a willingness to learn, a willingness to look foolish in front of a camera at my age talking about things I didn't fully understand yet. That's all it took to get started. Since then, I've been documenting the whole thing, the confusion right along the side of the winds, because I think somebody needs to hear that from a man my age instead of another 25-year-old telling you it's easy. It's not easy. It's just not too late. Those are two different things. I think about the Bible in this too. Moses was 80 before God ever called him to do the thing he's remembered for. Not 30, not 40, 80. God's never been in a hurry, and he's never once looked at somebody's age and decided they were used up. If God's not disqualifying you by your age, I don't know why you'd disqualify yourself. So if you've been sitting in your own version of that chair, wonder if your useful years are behind you, I just ask you to reconsider that. I'm not telling you it'd be easier or fast. I'm telling you it's not too late. If any of this sounds familiar, I left a link in the description to what I found. Take a look when you're ready. There's no pressure. I'm no salesman. Thanks for spending this time with me. I'll see you Wednesday.